Look closely at the silhouette flickering on your screen. Study the massive slab-sided turret and the thick, heavy tracks of the M1 Abrams. For over 40 years, this 73-ton beast has been the undisputed king of the battlefield. It is a machine made of depleted uranium, fire, and sheer American industrial will. But if you look at the recent combat footage coming out of Eastern Europe and the Middle East, you will see a terrifying new reality. The king is being hunted. In the modern age of $500 kamikaze drones, hypersonic top attack missiles, and satellite-guided artillery, the very things that made the Abrams great, its massive armor and its screaming jet engine, have become its greatest weaknesses. By 2024, the U.S. Army reached a crossroads. They realized that the Iron Dinosaur was reaching the limits of physics. It was too heavy for European bridges, too thirsty for Pacific logistics, and too visible to modern thermal sensors. But as we sit here in early 2026, a rebirth is happening. You are looking at the M1 E3. The most radical redesign in armored history. It is a tank that is lighter, faster, and powered by a hybrid electric ghost. Welcome to Global Strike Matrix. Today, we are conducting a forensic deconstruction of the 21st-century Abrams. We are going to tear apart the AbramsX technology and the M1 E3 pivot to show you why the heavy tank era isn't over. It has just gone digital. By the end of this deep dive, I am going to reveal a classified AI-driven targeting system called ATLAS that allows this tank to see and kill through solid buildings. But before we get to the AI, we have to talk about the weight trap, because to save the Abrams, the Army first had to make it disappear. Look at the rear deck of the classic M1A2 SEP V3. Every time the Army wanted to make the tank safer, they added more armor, more depleted uranium, more explosive reactive tiles. By 2023, the Abrams weighed over 73 tons. This created a logistical nightmare. To move 1 battalion of these tanks across an ocean, you need a fleet of C-17 transports that could otherwise carry 3 times the amount of lighter equipment. Once they land, most civilian bridges in the world will literally collapse under their weight. In late 2023, the Army did something that stunned the defense industry. They canceled the SEP V4 upgrade entirely. Why? Because they realized that adding more weight to a 40-year-old frame was a dead end. They needed a clean sheet redesign. This led to the M1 E3 program. Look at the turret of the new E3 prototypes. It is significantly lower and narrower. This is the first major secret of the new machine, the Unmanned Turret. In every previous version of the Abrams, 3 human beings, the commander, the gunner, and the loader, sat inside that turret. To keep them alive, the turret had to be massive and heavily armored. By removing the humans and placing them in a reinforced armored citadel inside the hull, the Army has shed nearly 10 tons of weight. The tank is no longer a massive target. It has become a low-profile predator. If you are finding this technical breakdown more insightful than the mainstream news, you belong here. Hit the subscribe button and join the Global Strike Matrix. We don't do propaganda, we do physics. Now, look at the exhaust vents at the back of the hull. On a classic Abrams, you would see a massive heat plume from the AGT 1500 gas turbine. That engine is essentially a jet engine for a tank. It is powerful, but it is also a giant thermal beacon that can be seen by a drone from 10 miles away. The M1 E3 and the AbramsX demonstrator utilize a hybrid electric drive. This is the most significant tactical advantage in 21st century ground war. It allows for a mode called silent watch. In a traditional tank, you have to keep the engine idling to power your sensors, radios, and air conditioning. That idle engine creates noise and heat. The new Abrams can sit in a tree line for 12 hours with its main engine completely off, running every high-powered AI computer and thermal sensor on its high-density battery packs. To an enemy infrared scope, the tank is invisible. It looks like a cold, dead piece of metal. But it goes a step further. Silent maneuver. The E3 can actually drive short distances using only its electric motors. Imagine 70 tons of steel moving toward an enemy position at 20 miles per hour with zero engine roar. By the time the enemy hears the tracks on the gravel, the 30mm auxiliary gun is already firing. And then there is fuel. The hybrid engine reduces fuel consumption by 50%. In a war in the Pacific, where fuel lines are thousands of miles long, that 50% reduction isn't just a cost saving. It is the difference between winning a war and running out of gas in the middle of a battle. Look at the sensor pods on top of the turret. Those spinning glass optics are the eyes of Atlas, the advanced targeting and lethality automated system. For 40 years, the speed of an Abrams was limited by human eyesight. The gunner had to squint through a thermal sight, identify a target, and manually laze it. In a chaotic battlefield, this takes seconds, and in 2026, seconds equal death. Atlas is an AI co-pilot for the tank crew. It uses machine learning algorithms to scan the horizon 360 degrees thousands of times per minute. It doesn't just see objects, it recognizes the heat signature of a T-90M versus a civilian tractor. It recognizes the specific silhouette of an anti-tank team hiding in a window 3 miles away. When ATLS finds a threat, it doesn't wait for the gunner to see it. It highlights the target in a red box on the crew's helmet-mounted displays and automatically slews the main gun to that position. All the commander has to do is tap a screen to confirm, and the target is neutralized. This has reduced the sensor-to-shooter timeline by over 70%. The Abrams has effectively become a point-and-click weapon of mass destruction. Finally, let us look at the main cannon. It is still 120 millimeters, but this is the XM360. In the past, to fire a more powerful shell, you needed a heavier gun. But the XM360 uses a ribbed composite design and a new thermal shroud that makes it significantly lighter while allowing for much higher internal pressures. This gun is designed specifically for the AMP, the Advanced Multi-Purpose Round. Instead of carrying 4 different types of shells for different targets, the Abrams now carries one smart shell. Before it is fired, the tank's computer tells the shell exactly what it is hitting. If it's a tank, the shell acts as a kinetic penetrator. If it's a reinforced concrete bunker, it acts as a delayed fuse explosive. If it's a swarm of infantry or drones, it explodes in mid-air, creating a wall of lead that shreds everything in its path. This automation is what allowed the Army to finally remove the loader from the tank. The M1 E3 uses an autoloader, reducing the crew from 4 to 3. This allowed the entire hull to be shrunk, contributing to that crucial weight loss we talked about earlier. The Abrams isn't just a tank anymore. It is a nodal point in a digital web. But weight and AI mean nothing if a single drone can drop a grenade through your top hatch. This brings us to the most controversial part of the 2026 upgrade, the active protection system. As we move into Act 2, we are going to deconstruct the Trophy V2, the hard kill shield that can intercept incoming missiles in mid-air. We are also going to reveal the electronic bubble, a new jamming suite designed to drop drones out of the sky before they even get within a mile of the tank. The King is no longer a dinosaur. The King has been given a digital sword and a cloak of invisibility. Stay with us, because Act 2 is where we explain why the Pacific Theater just became a no-go zone for anyone standing in the way of the new American iron.